Yeah, just Sveno, Mick here. What do we got? We're the 1st of the 1st, 2015. Let's do a quick video on the old GQ. I've just fitted up some more flares I got of another fellow GQ owner. These are the factory flares. I had gold colour, the same colour as the paint on the car. Got a bit dicky, knocked around. So I got these plastic. I got these black ones, these black plastic ones. Got a little bit more to do on there. Back on, I got the bolts put in. I'm going to put mud flap in and on, and I just think that they look better. A few things I'm after here in the old GQ is I've got to get another vent for in there. Got to get vinyl. Did have a water leak in the vents, which I eventually got fixed, which I fixed. Carly got me some nice lamb's wool seat covers. A lot of people don't like them, but I really like them. I just use a club lock to lock her up. I still got the carpet on the other side. It was this left-hand side that was leaking, so I'll put more deadener. I've got new deadener I've got to put in, and also heat-resistant stick on, and then we'll put I'm going to put vinyl in it. But these engines, young fellas up here, they're from Laney, they're all running turbocharged 4.2 diesels, and one young fellow I've a fair bit to do with, the fellow got the flares off actually. They all like their diesels. Well, I'm just not sold on the diesels because, not that I've owned one, but I know that how much dearer they are, and I know how little power they've actually got before you put a turbo on them. And a lot of these young blokes putting turbocharge on them and having a lot of overheating problems. This GQ TB, so injected 4.2, I've put stuff that was just worn out stuff on it, new exhaust. I fitted a new radiator. I also fitted, when I was at it, the fluid fan, and the fan blades were deteriorated, so they were about ready to let go. So I put the new silicon, the actual little fan all hooks up to, so when it heats up it locks up more, and then it freewheels a lot lighter when it doesn't need the cooling of the fan for fuel economy. But these are pretty bulletproof old engine. This one's only done 180,000 original kilometres. That's why I bought the car, because it's a very low kilometre. Bloke had about 4 vehicles, and because this thing was heavy on juice, and I made heavy on juice, I just went to Harvey Bay on it, and I was with Carly, our 2 dogs, and all our gear up to a place we stayed. I was doing 16.1 litres per 100. Now I'm not a hard driver, but I was sitting on between 100 and 110 all the way up there, because parts was 110, and the trucks never go that fast these days. I actually don't like driving that fast, but going there, I've got to get a new thing here, got to get a new one of these and a new one of these. Got to get the bonnet painted. There's a few other things, roof needs painting. There's the flares, the gold flares, so they're gone. I've got to repaint this bit here, got it dicked up, and I'm going to put the standard flare in. This needs to be painted here too. I've had one bit of a go at it. The dash is just out at the moment, being regraphed, because the speedo was playing up, bouncing all over the countryside like a mad woman's washing. But these old girls, let's have a quick look under it now. I was under a Ranger Raptor yesterday. Now they're all a lot bigger obviously than this thing, but these old GQs now, just looking at this, you can disconnect the sway bar. That's a factory, that's on the rear sway bar. So just pull a lever in there in the cab, and you got your sway bar disconnect. Now this is the flasher model, this is all leather interior and that. You got independent, obviously it's got a solid axle across the front, and you've got coil springs on the front, coil springs on the back with a solid axle, which is obviously different than the Ranger, but all this is, by what I understand, fairly reasonably heavy duty. This one of mine hasn't done Oh, getting burnt by something, bitten by an ant. So I'll get out of that. And as in the sway bar disconnect, show you that one here is, where are we? That's that lever there. I don't know if you can see that. That's a sway bar disconnect, and it tells you all about it. And it's got obviously a fuel cap, fuel shut little window, which is an automatic, this one. That's another reason why I bought the automatic. Had been rebuilt. It blew the auto up towing a caravan from Western Australia. The gear must have overheated it, so yes, there's still carpet there. Got all your nicer dash on this, nice console and everything. But on the arse end of these things, what I'm going to show you on this, I'll just show you that sway bar disconnect. There it is right there. Don't know if you can see it. It's that rubbery booted looking thing. And if you have a close look at it, under this whole vehicle there's your heavy chassis rails, 4-wheel disc brakes on these. This is a November 92 model. I think they run up to 94, the GQs, but I'm not 100% sure. But this vehicle, all heavily made. Slowly but surely getting there. Got to get some new mirrors fixed up and get them reconditioned, they're electric mirrors. But I'm just going to get out of this at the moment. But now I know that the 4.2 diesels, young Mitch owns his, he reckons he's between 16 and 18 litres per 100, but he's a young fella and he drives it probably a lot harder than I would. But you nearly need to drive them pretty hard to get anywhere. But now I'm a bit of a fan of these petrols. A bit lazy because it's 3,000 kilos this vehicle. But I'll just leave that because I've got to shorten this video up. And that's just my GQ, which I'm slowly but surely getting better. And good ones are getting harder to find. But there's still an absolute massive amount of them on the road. I just cannot believe how many people have got these old things still. Oh, I've got a new windscreen in it too. There's a new windscreen. And we got roof racks, and we've got a shade sail on this side and also on the back. I'll just leave it at that. Sveno, Mick out.